Why are you here today?
To support Donald Trump. I am here for Trump.
To support Donald Trump. To put America first.
What do you like about Donald Trump?
Everything. He's from Queens, and he speaks our language.
I like Trump because he keep it real. He don't got no filter. He's for the people.
He speaks money, and this is what the country needs. We need money, not inflation. We need money.
Everything was under control. We had low inflation. We had gas under $1.80.
What issues are people in the Bronx facing?
Economic stress. They're facing an illegal invasion.
In the Bronx right now, it's definitely crime.
Prices is extreme.
We care about the housing. We care about the crime.
How has Joe Biden addressed those issues?
He hasn't.
He hasn't addressed them. He wants to make them worse.
Nothing. He's just been talking a lot.
The Biden name in the Bronx sounds like mass incarceration.
What has Joe Biden done for the minority community?
He's done nothing but say, you ain't black.
Incarcerated us. Not a thing.
Absolutely nothing.
I really could not tell you what he's done.
Joe Biden says if you don't support him, you ain't black. Are you black?
Hey, Joe, guess what?
Oh, I'm absolutely black, and I support Trump.
I don't know why he would say that. He's not even black.
I guess I said I ain't black because I'm not voting for him.
Trump is more black than him. Trump is black as I am. You heard?
Traditional Democrat constituencies, young, black, Hispanic voters, are not better off than they were 4 years ago and are coming around to a man who represents a movement they were told not to trust. But every bone in their body tells them that they can't trust the party bosses. Sick of their corny commands and broken promises, people in the Bronx and all over America are beginning to think for themselves, independently, outside of a system that's trapped and scolded them for opening their mouths and eyes.
People thinking for themselves equals the end of the Democratic Party. I knew the libnuts would be in real trouble once people on the plantation began waking up. I have to ask you a question. Do you know what subjugation means? It's a big word for the confines of the plantation. Here's the actual definition. Subjugation is like oppression or conquest. One group takes control over another and forces them to do as they're told. Subjugation is one of many types of injustice in the world. It has to do with one group of people dominating another group by taking away their freedom. That's from vocabulary.com. Let's look at Merriam-Webster and see how that is defined there. And as you can see, subjugate, to bring under control and governance as a subject. Democrats have been able to keep people on the plantation because they've made so many promises of governance. Government daddy, the government cheese. They've been saying this for decades, and that's how they have been able to keep people complacent for so long. But at the same time, the Dems have forgotten or ignored their other promises that they've made to the inner city. Yet every 4 years, they keep saying the same shit over and over and over. You've heard me say it here before. The entirety of the Democrat strategy politically is to keep the idea that there's a boogeyman in the closet and that the Democrats are here to protect you from that boogeyman. They have been told many, many times, even by the president right now, that all these people, all these boogeymen, want to put you back in chains. But now, one man is telling them it's been all a lie, and that one man is Donald Trump. But fortunately for Trump, the Democrats are stuck. They never evolved. They don't have any other message. Nothing. It's boogeyman or nothing. And now that people are realizing that there's no boogeyman under the bed and that there's no boogeyman in the closet, they don't have any other messaging that sticks.
And we keep wondering why these young people aren't coming home to the Democrats. We say, oh, why blacks are not coming home to the Democrats? Because Democratic messaging is full of shit. That's why.
It's so bad that they won't even listen to renowned Democrat strategist James Carville. I guess when your horse in the race is Dementia Joe, there's not much of a message that you can do. So now, all they have is their attempt to put Trump in jail. The libnuts now have a real problem. Trump is going into deep blue areas with an actual message, and the Democrats can't respond. They've got nothing. All they have are more and more lies.
Everybody was happy that Trump was on their turf. Reverend Al Sharpton, happy DEI Thursday, by the way, was ready for a street fight.
Donald Trump is a street fighter. You do not come into the ring with him with gloves, looking for a referee to stop every 3 minutes rest. No, this is a street fight. You come in with a broke bottle and an ash can because it's going to be that kind of battle.
Fighting.
And the Democrats don't have anyone who can go toe-to-toe with Trump. Definitely not Dementia Joe.
Dirty. Democrats don't know any other way. Forget about winning hearts and minds. They'd rather throw you in jail and call you racist. AOC's brain can't even grasp anything other than left-right. Watch her stammer and lie. Humiliated, Trump gets bigger crowds in her borough than she does.
New York City's blue. Brooklyn's blue. Brooklyn is blue. Queens is blue. The Bronx is blue. And he's got nowhere to go. And so
he's got nowhere to go except he went into your hometown, into your home area, and he kicked your ass. He absolutely kicked your ass while you're over here on MSNBC complaining.
He's decided to come to the South Bronx. He's broke. He needs to pay these legal funds. And
she obviously doesn't know how to read a balance sheet whatsoever.
You know, busing people in order to get those donations so that...
You see, all they have is lies. Instead of her going on, what she should have done, she should have went there on that show and said, listen, I have a better idea than Donald Trump. We, the Democrats, we have a better idea for the inner city. Can't do it. Dementia Joe can't do it. Schumer can't do it. They can't do anything to combat what Trump is telling them. So all they have is the ability to go on television and just spew lie after lie after lie with no message whatsoever.
He can funnel them to his legal fees is kind of his business right now.
Trump's not going to the Bronx because he's broke. He's going to the Bronx because the Bronx is broke.
Boom. Trump isn't going to the Bronx because he's broke. He's going to the Bronx because they're broke. They've been broke. They've been broke for decades. Why? Because of Democrat governance, subjugation.
Thanks to Bidenomics and AOC.
AOC says if you're not a Democrat, you don't belong here in the Bronx. Right. What do you say?
I disagree with that.
I don't think she should be here in the Bronx. I actually don't know any Democrats living in the Bronx.
Look, AOC, look at the tremendous support for Mr. Donald J. Trump.
You need to tell her then she need to stay out the Bronx because look at all the people around. Everybody's here for Trump.
Are these people all fake? I mean, I have no idea. Did they just bust these people in? Are they all actors? No, they live in Bronx.
I am a Democrat, and I belong here.
And who are you voting for?
Donald J. Trump.
What has AOC done for the Bronx?
She's done nothing for the Bronx. Nothing. Nothing's changed. Nothing's gotten any better.
Nothing.
Let me ask you a question. Why didn't AOC, who's probably seen these videos, I'm sure she's welcome on MSNBC at any time, why didn't she come on television? I'm sure Joy Reid would let her on at any time. I'm sure Rachel Maddow would accommodate her. Why don't you come and confront these people? Why do you get on television and speak shit about Donald Trump and just throw all these barbs at people? And you have constituents in your area who are saying you've done nothing. Well, to me, I'd want to go out and confront this. I want to meet this head on. But nope, can't. No message. Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Let her come to the Bronx and let her come among us people that struggle. She doesn't even know what struggle is.
The forgotten men and women of this country, the normies and blue-collar Democrats who've been slighted for decades, are all joining together as a part of a growing movement from the ground up. The movement reaches from the heartland to the street corner. It's everywhere, and the Bronx is just the beginning. Trump's campaigning on Biden's side of the field now.
Don't you always hear the Democrats say, from the bottom up, the middle out? They always say that, but they never do it. Because now people are calling him out on it, saying, you don't even come here. You've done nothing for us. My life has not changed since you've been in office. In fact, it's gotten worse. And so now they're stuck. And now you can see what subjugation really is. You are my loyal subjects. You are just there. Do whatever I tell you to do. I'm going to go make $20 million. I believe AOC is supposedly worth like $28 million now. How did a bartender end up going to Washington who's done nothing for her constituents, all of a sudden be worth $20-something million on a salary that's $174,000 a year? So she's been in Congress a couple of years, so she's made 174 plus times those years. but somehow she's leveraged that into 20 million, yet her people back in the hood, they're struggling and they're actually in worse condition. So who's the real racist here? Who's the real person that's keeping these people down? It's not Donald Trump. It's not Donald Trump by a landslide. Ooh, landslide, did I say that? By a long shot. It's not Donald Trump. It's Biden. It's Dementia Joe. It's AOC. It's Schumer. You've done nothing for these inner city people. In his short clip there, Jesse Waters may not have realized that he exposed the real racist. You remember, Dementia Joe said, and we saw it on television, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. That was the entirety of his message. Well, now that message has expanded. It now includes Latinos and Hispanics. If you're Hispanic and you vote for Trump, you ain't Hispanic. They're now saying that.
You and I have talked about this many times, about his rhetoric, the rhetoric he uses to talk about migrants and so on. And I
gotta stop him right there. I want to stop every single time they mislabel who Trump talks about. That has become so commonplace with them because it's part of the boogeyman in the closet strategy. He doesn't talk about, quote, migrants. He talks about people, these newcomers who have no right to be here, who have crossed illegally.
just have to ask you, Anna, I mean, when you look at the poll numbers and you see, if you break out the demographics, Trump is doing better among Latinos. He is doing better among African American voters. And it certainly is a threat to the president's reelection campaign. Is there what do you make of this disconnect?
Well, a few things. One is, I think America has a little bit of amnesia when it comes to Donald Trump. And frankly, being in a courtroom for the last 20 days, I think has helped him because he's not been out in rallies saying the
He hasn't been out in rallies. I know I broadcast at least 3 of them myself. So for some reason, she just got on there and said he hasn't been out there in rallies, and that the, Hispanic people, they just have amnesia. They're stupid. They're sick. They're demented, like somebody else.
Stupid stuff he says and the incendiary, outrageous things he says on a daily basis. We've been focusing on Michael Cohen. We've been focusing on Stormy Daniels. We haven't been focusing on the things that Donald Trump says. Another thing is, I think at this point in 2024, this is kind of baked in. People already know the guy's a misogynist. They already know he's a racist.
So now, here we go again. We already know he's a misogynist. We already know he's a racist. We already know he's the boogeyman in the closet. You're on a national TV network. You have the opportunity to reach out to Hispanics and say, hey, here's what we think we can do for you. Here's what we think the Democrat Party can do for you. What do? Donald Trump is a racist and a misogynist, and you people must have amnesia.
He says divisive things, and they seem not to take him literally or seriously. They think it's kind of part of a clown act, entertainment. And then the third thing, Jim, and this is the truth, and you and I know this as Latinos, there are some Latino immigrants who forget they came here as immigrants.
No. See, again, they just slide that in there. Hey, they forget they came here as immigrants. They don't attach the other word. They just try to lump it all in as this one big thing. As I've said many times, my father came from another country through the front door, as well as his brothers, and I've talked about that many times. They have come to a point where they equate people who have come through and gotten their immigration status legally to these newcomers. To them, there's no difference. To them, it's one and the same, and that's their biggest problem. They can't understand why people who have come through the front door are like, wait a second, this ain't right. I had to go to classes. I had to pay my dues. I had to do my due diligence. I had to learn about this country. In fact, I had to prove who I was, where I was coming from, what my name was, make sure I didn't have a record. And to these people, to these libnuts, it's all the same. If you come from another country, it's exactly the same. That's the problem. And they're saying it's the Hispanics and Latinos here, you forgot where you came from. No, they didn't. That's specifically the opposite. They remember where they came from. They understand what they had to do.
And who want to shut the door behind them.
The Hispanic people in Brooklyn, and the Bronx, want to shut the door behind them because they don't want to accept all these newcomers. You see why their message isn't working? They don't even try to change their message. They don't even try to reach out to other people. To them, it's all one and the same. That's racist.
And who think being anti-immigrant somehow is going to make them pass pass as more American.
Wait. If they act anti-immigrant, which they're not, which I've just said. I just want to make sure you understand and get that and cement it. These people on television are trying to say it's no different. There is no different from the people who crossed the border to these people who went through and got legal immigration status. That is sick. That is absolutely sick. And they're trying to say it's their fault because they want to be more American. Well, if they went through the legal immigration process and some of them actually became citizens, then of course they want people to be more American. That's the whole object for being a legal immigrant. You have to come through the front door. You have to learn about America. You have to assimilate to this country. And these nuts on TV just think it's the same thing from anybody walking across the border. That is demented.
Pass as whatever. And that's a very stupid attitude to have because we're
Okay, it's a great political strategy is to call people stupid. She just said, those people who don't see it the way I see it, you're all stupid. That's going to be a really good winning strategy. I told you they had no message. They have nothing.
Most don't realize is that when the guy drives thousands of miles to go hunt down Latinos in a Walmart in Texas, he doesn't care when you came here. He doesn't care what your accent is. What he's looking for is, does it look like me? Does it sound like me? That's what he's looking for. So,
do you have any idea what the hell she's talking about? And I love how the other people on the panel just sit there. Yes, this guy drives 1,000 miles. He's looking for people who look like me. Until 2023 or 2022, how many people rode around looking for people that look like them? If I needed to go to the doctor, I went to the doctor. If I needed to go to the gym, I went to the gym. If I went to go to the grocery store, I didn't care who was checking out my groceries. What the hell are these people talking about?
You know, when people are anti something, they're not asking for your papers. They're just anti that group.
That's why I'm showing you this. Can you believe that? How can they possibly be that obtuse? It just goes to show you who the real racists are. As I've been saying, their only strategy, and I can go from CNN to MSNBC to NBC, their only strategy is to show Donald Trump as that boogeyman in the closet. Except one problem. People aren't buying that anymore. Check out this clip I'm about to show you. And when you see it, you're going to be shocked. And I guarantee you that you have not seen this clip on the mainstream media. This clip, this one clip alone, completely eviscerates what Ana Navarro and Jim Acosta said on CNN. Check this out.
There's magic in the air as President Trump descends on the South Bronx for a historic rally. We're going to talk to some great New Yorkers and find out why they're supporting President Trump.
What did you think when you heard that Trump was going to come to the Bronx to do a rally?
The first thing I did was look up where we're going to have to get the tickets because we had to come. We had to come here.
And how about you?
Yeah, we live 2 blocks away, so we're excited that he's here. He could come to dinner with us.
So you're inviting Trump to dinner?
Yeah.
What are you going to make?
Rice and beans and chicken.
We all love Donald Trump. The Bronx has a strong following of believers.
I guess these are the stupid Hispanics that Ana Navarro was talking about.
It's in Donald Trump and believers in our Constitution and God. The media likes to portray the Bronx as a place that's hopeless. But there's a lot of good in this city. There's a lot of good in this borough. We love President Trump.
Donald Trump. 20 votes for Donald Trump. My family. Everything. Donald Trump good. Donald Trump bueno. Donald Trump presidente.
Well, you guys.
These guys aren't really Spanish. It's the same thing. If you ain't Spanish, you don't vote for Trump. It's a lie. It's all a lie, and they can't understand why it's falling apart in front of them. Why isn't AOC talking to these people? This man, or these two men here, don't even speak English. Listen to what they say if you can understand it.
It's here to support President.
I don't speak English.
It's okay if you don't. They don't speak English, but you could say Trump.
Ay, 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 por Dios. Vamos a votar por Donald Trump. Ay, 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 por Dios.
Los dominicanos, ¿por quién van a votar?
Por Donald Trump. Dominicano por Trump.
Yes. Let me see you.
Now understand, I live down here in South Florida, and I've gone to a couple of Trump rallies, one here in Boca and one in Miami. When he went to Miami, it was like carnival. It was just amazing. People were singing in the streets. This state is solidly red, and that's not how it used to be because Trump came here, and Trump talked to these people, and it just completely turned around. It was amazing to see all of these Latino, Hispanics, Cubans, all in the street just screaming Trump's name.
Let's see your hat. Make America Great Again. We're seeing a lot of Make America Great Again hats in the Bronx today, which is surreal.
But they must have busted them all in. These people can't really be from the Bronx, can they?
Do you believe that Trump will make America great again?
Completely. I support and I believe in the truth. I believe in no more retaliation, no more corruption. Latin people have to wake up. This is our time. Please support our president.
Amazing. And I guarantee you haven't seen this on the mainstream media. I definitely know 100% you won't see this on CNN or MSNBC. They don't want you to see what she just said. Latino people, wake up.
Presidente 2024, Donald Trump.
I thought it was really interesting and surreal to see people selling Trump flags and Trump memorabilia on the streets of the Bronx.
Yeah, that's great, because we believe in something. We're not dead. We're not the people they always think the Bronx people are. We're alive. We love justice. We love family. That's what the Bronx is about. It's always have been.
So is Make America Great Again for everybody, even people in the Bronx?
Everybody, especially people in the Bronx. Make America great again.
Thank you.
So we should be trying to make it great again. I don't think that saying that is in any way racist.
Boom. I've been saying that over and over. When they say MAGA extremists and they say MAGA cult and all this kind of stuff, how can saying make America great again be at all racist? You're looking at people, black, Spanish, all over this complete spectrum saying, hey, yeah, this man came and talked to us and I'd like to see make America great again.
I think that it's more about we have a higher potential than where we're currently at. So we should be trying to do that and trying to reach that.
Donald Trump today sent a message that the Democrats are going down. Today is the end of the Democratic Party in New York State.
Yes, sir.
Donald Trump is going to take us to the promised land. May God bless America and may God bless everybody who came here to share this afternoon with him.
So what you heard there at the end was that gentleman said, God bless America. What I think a lot of people don't realize or don't understand for some reason is that how religious many people in the Hispanic community are. Many people in the Hispanic community are Catholics and Christians. I don't think the people on CNN are. I don't think the people on MSNBC are. I definitely don't think AOC is, so they have no way to relate to what these people are saying. I think that is a huge chasm. That's a huge divide, and you can't fix that. If you're not Catholic or Christian, how do you relate to these people who are? Because your message is basically of socialism, Marxism, and communism, and they don't want any part of that. In fact, most of them came here legally to get away from that. I don't speak Spanish, but I am pretty sure what I heard them saying and singing was that they are completely done with the Democratic Party. They are no longer going to be held on the plantation, and there's no way they're going back. Trump is flipping blue to MAGA, not blue to red, blue to MAGA. So you may ask, Barry, how can you be sure? Well, I want you to sit back and listen to this 2-minute clip and let me know if there's anyone anywhere doing this on behalf of Dementia Joe.
Trump Latinos, I got a question. Would you let Joe Biden watch your kids? And would you let Joe Biden run your biz? I wasn't born last night, but something about this president just ain't right. I wasn't born last night, but something about this president just ain't right. Would you let Joe watch your kids? I need to know, Hey, would you let Joe run your biz? I need to know, On the phone with Big Trump, he flying Air Force One. You ain't seen the pedals clean since Air Force Ones. We the Trump Latinos, the new Black Beatles. And every hit we drop is a switch like a free throw. Red Wade, Cowabunga, go and get the Kasha tape. November 5th, landslide, we're about to talking duct tape. Somebody's gotta stop him, he's a maniac. Built back better, nah, he ain't no brainiac. Never seen a president that shits his pants with Aries. He depends on the pens, America, bury him. Patriots, we depend on pens to write his name on the ballot if they cheat us again. I wasn't born last night, but something about this president just ain't right. I wasn't born last night, but something about this president just ain't right. Would you let Joe watch your kids? I need to know, Hey, would you let Joe run your biz? I need to know, I got a question for you. What has Biden done for you? How many
many Democrats does it take to fix a problem? I don't even know, cause they never solve. We gotta come together, together. Birds of the same feather, feather. Fly away, fly away. Make America great again. Make America great again. Black, white, and brown, red, white, and blue. Stars on the flag, yeah, that's for you.
I wasn't born last night, but something about this president just ain't right. I wasn't born last night, but something about this president just ain't right. Would you let Joe watch your kids? I need to know, huh? Hey, would you let Joe run your biz? I need to know, huh? Hey, before you go vote November 5th, go grocery shopping. Fill up your gas tanks and pay your bills. And remember who made it so expensive. Vote Donald J. Trump. I guess I'm MAGA.
Now you know why they want to put Trump in jail, but I doubt that's even gonna work. Did you take a look at those guys? I'm pretty sure they know some homies on Cell Block A, and Cell Block A is Trump territory. I'm joking, but you know it's true. If they convict Trump, turn off the news. All you'll see is gloating and glee 24/7 on the Lib Media. It'll be short-lived gloating and glee because when the polls come out, they are actually going to see Trump's numbers increase. At this point, they can't stop what's coming. Let me know what you think about the subjugation of the inner city and whether or not the real racists have now been exposed. Talk to you soon.